please check out azreveals.com and azreveals on social channels. The craziest thing about these suspensions is, again, you're accused by somebody with no proof. With all due respect, again, I don't mean to put down the customer, but it's like they're just making this claim out of nothing, right? Out of thin air, most of the time. And so it's like the whole innocent until proven guilty thing. But again, you're like, the irony is you're like, in the large number of these cases, you're like, the product is in Amazon's hands. It is in a warehouse. How can nobody pull that product and check and inspect it himself? But then, I'm sorry, you start to say to yourself, like, okay, so we're gonna have them inspect and trust, check authenticity or legality. You're like, excuse me, all those NFL and NBA products we got at the beginning, those are all sitting in their warehouse too. How did those sneak by? Like, do they actually really know what they're checking? Is this actually a valid process? Are these people qualified, trained? Like, I'm sorry, but like, clearly, I mean, just the stuff I'm showing, like, doesn't seem like very much like vetting really goes into this, or that it just is bizarre. And then again, the other thing is that they allow sellers, if you don't believe me, some of the stuff I'm saying, check the links down below. We're going to put some links to other videos that talk about similar stuff to this. They allow pretty easily sellers to make claims against each other. So I could, like, I don't know, be selling this shirt and someone else is selling something similar. It's getting close to Black Friday. It's getting close to Cyber Monday. I'm like, oh, how can I take him down? I'll make a false claim against him. Amazon system lets me do that so easily with almost no basis. He'll get taken down. I'll own Cyber Monday and Black Friday. This has happened. Again, check videos down below. Lose all those sales and damages, right? Over nothing, over something completely baseless. And the crazy part, again, with this is you're like, okay, the products are in your hands, but also, like, why doesn't that competitor need to make a test buy? Like, imagine they say, oh, this shirt he has here is counterfeiting my shirt. Well, like, why don't you buy it on Amazon, bring it in your hand, say, see, look, I have it right here. Look, he's counterfeiting me, and whatever that proof looks like, right? They're not required to do that. Like, so how do you get to do this on, like, no basis? Again, I apologize peeking at my notes here because there's just so much to cover. But then the crazy part comes, so when you're suspended, right, you kind of try to make this plan of action and get reinstated. You might try to do it yourself, but inevitably, if you've done this long enough, you've been a seller for enough years, you realize, oh, there's like reinstatement specialists. There's law firms that specialize in this. Geez, I better just kind of take the burden off myself and work with one of those. And again, bless those people's heart. Like, I guess it's good that we have that industry to try and help us, right? But everyone, well, excuse me, you still step back and you're like, why does this have to exist? Why do you need to have someone that you need to pay this kind of money to, et cetera, just to communicate such simple things? You know what I mean? And again, lawyers are lawyers. They went to law school, and of course, appropriate compensation comes with that. But like, there are Amazon reinstatement specialists that charge like $500 an hour that are not lawyers or anything. And again, I don't mean to put these people down. I bet you a lot of them have very good intentions and have helped a lot of people get reinstated. And so I'm not like attacking them, but again, just as a global concept, why does this have to exist that there needs to be $500 an hour people that like speak the magical Amazon language to get you reinstated? They know just the right thing to say. And you're just like, this is so unnecessary. Like, you know what I mean? These are such simple things. Like, you put my Saucony shoes in a wrong box, okay? And the seller got mad. Can't you just own up to that and fix it? Like, why do I need to hire someone for $500 an hour to voodoo translate that to you? Like, it's crazy. But this is how it works. I mean, just Google yourself, Amazon account reinstatement specialist, Amazon reinstatement specialist, Amazon account suspended, like searches like that. And you'll see it's like an entire industry. And I say like underground industry. Again, these people aren't doing anything bad per se. I'm not to say they're underground, but it's like, if you ask the average consumer, they're probably like, what, that exists? You can get paid that much? Geez, I should be one of those. You know what I mean? Like, and I bet you the ones that, sorry, again, I'm not hating on them, but the ones that say like, oh, I used to work for Amazon and then I quit and started offering this service, trust me because I know kind of the inner language or what to say, fine. But again, you're like, with all due respect, like, I don't know, what were you probably making $30 or $40 an hour there, best case, and maybe less, I don't know. So it's like, yeah, why wouldn't you quit and charge $500 an hour? And I understand you do have the expertise that suppose makes you qualified, but again, like, how is this a qualification? Why is this necessary? It's just kind of crazy. And that's exactly what's going on. And the thing is, I've literally had Amazon employees tell myself, law firm that I worked with, I kind of verified this, that yes, we've heard that, we've had them tell our clients this, etc. They've at times instructed me to lie or told me to change the story. So in the case of what I said in that comment relating to the pricing of the other competitor, I owned it from the very beginning, right? I had nothing to hide. I'm such an idiot. I cannot believe I said that. I didn't even know this was a thing. I'm so sorry. But honestly, my intentions were actually kind of to try and unfix the price because it was stuck and there was no room to price compete, which is how a free market should work. But again, you're like, the Amazon employee at one point told me to lie and say it was one of your employees that said it and that you fired him. And the law firm at one point had told me that. That's a common thing that goes around. Say it was an employee that did it. Say this, say that. You're like, why are these like these code phrases? Like, is there not a English speaking, intelligent, qualified person reviewing these things that can just like make a legit decision about this? Like, why is there like if they say this, then do this. If they say that, like, it's not a protocol. It's like, this is an important area. I don't know. So in my next little video, I'm going to talk about like, who is Amazon Seller Performance? I'm not going to pretend to know things I don't know. I've heard a lot of things, but I'll just tell you my own experience about like, who exactly are they? How do they treat us? How are they qualified? What's it like to work with them? Please check out azreveals.com and azreveals on social channels.